Woo-wee! We are live. Did someone say we are live? Of course we're live. This is Motivation for the Nation. And we are live and ready to go. Good morning, everyone. This is Action Jackson, and welcome to Motivation for the Nation. I am so excited. I think I'm excited every day. The reason why I'm excited every day is because life is a gift. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Good morning. This is Motivation for the Nation. And I'm so excited for today's show. I think today's show is going to be the best show I've done in the last 6 weeks. I don't care what. Every day has got to be better than the day before. If you're watching right now, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Motivation for the Nation. Do type up hello down in the comment below so I can shout you out. This is Motivation for the Nation, and I am too excited. As you can see, I'm feeling the groove right now. See, I start my day with music because music pumps the heart, and heart is everything. If you're watching right now, I want you to just call your friends and family and say, come and watch this amazing show called Motivation for the Nation. Good morning, good morning. As you're watching, today's topic is confidence for girls. And I think we need it. We need it. We need to get our girls confident. We need to get ourselves confident. And I think it's so important. Waiting in the wings is an amazing individual who's going to come and just bless us with her energy. I hope you're ready, because if you're not ready, it's going to be a shame. It's going to be a shame because this show is going to transform your life. So if you're watching right now, just say good morning, say hello, say hello, say hello. This interview, I've been looking forward to this interview for a long time. I don't want to be a bad guest, a bad host. I want to shout out my guests. So if you're watching right now, I want you to say hello. Just type hello in the comment below. You know that little, just use it to type the comments below. We're about to have a great show today. Now, we start the show in a very unique way. A very unique way. A very unique way. Yes. Here we go. Now, we start the show and we pump it up. Now, before I do what I'm about to do, you're going to think this is crazy. I don't know. It depends on who you are. You're going to think this is crazy, but I don't think this is crazy. This is how I start my day. See, I believe that you determine how your day starts, and no one should determine how your day starts. No one should determine how your day starts. You determine it, because my mind and my body is my temple. I've got to make sure I look after this temple, get the right emotions out. So the first thing I'll do at this show is to dance. Yes, dance. Before we go into our dancing, good morning, Ivan. Good morning, Savers to Invest. How you doing? This is a great, great day to be alive. Don't you agree with me? So as we do, we're pumping it up. You know you don't sit down to pump it up, right? You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Motivation for the Nation. I need you to just pump it up for me. You gotta pump it up. You can't sit down doing this. This is how we start the day. Good morning. This is Motivation for the Nation. If it's too much for you, then deal with it. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. Yes, listen. Motivation for the nation. Motivation for the nation. Oh no, it's too much for you, right? Motivation for the nation. Motivation for the nation. Woo! Come on. Motivation for the nation. Motivation for the nation. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. Are you feeling good? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just tuned in, this is Motivation for the Nation. We turn up your dose of happiness. So don't just sit there. I want you to just sway for me. Move for me. Oh, are you ready? Hey, got to pump it up. Hey, pump it up. Come on. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? You gotta pump it up. You got to pump it up. Woo! Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Are you smiling with me? Are you smiling with me? Oh yes, let's go. Motivation for the nation. Motivation for the nation. Come on. Motivation for the nation. Motivation for the nation. This feels good. I'm swimming in greatness. I'm swimming in greatness. I'm swimming in greatness. Swimming in greatness. Swimming in greatness. Swimming in greatness. Wow. You know what, yeah? Pardon me. I'm just going to grab a bottle of water because I know I'm going to need it. Good morning, everyone. This is Motivation for the Nation, a show like no other show. Let me just get a sip of water. Refreshing. Good morning. If you're watching for the very first time, this is Motivation for the Nation. My name is Action Jackson. This show is designed to increase your dose of happiness. In life in general, we need to be happier. But with everything that's been happening in the world, the need for happiness is more important than toilet roll and hand sanitizer, trust me. So what we do with this show is to give you a different perspective on life. So stay tuned. I told you, this show is going to be the best show I've done, ever done. I'm setting that up as my challenge. If you're ready for this show, I just want you to type yes. Be part of this. You're alive, right? Come on, type yes, type yes, type yes. Listen, I can see you. I can see you. Type yes right now. I'm feeling the groove. Excellent stuff. All right, let's switch up the gears now. Now, if you're watching for the very first time, the aim of this show is to just not teach you positive things, but to show you positive ways. Ooh. I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to show you. Because if I teach you about healthy eating, you might not believe me, but when I show what healthy eating can do to your body, it shifts your brain. So the second thing we do what we call our gratitude exercise. Our gratitude exercise. People ask me, Jackson, why are you so happy? Why are you so energetic? Well, I am happy and energetic because I'm always grateful. My power comes from my gratitude. And I think gratitude is something that we have taken for granted. Oh yeah, I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my car. But when you lose these things, you start to realize that, wow, actually, those things matter. I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, I went to bed last night and I wasn't in charge of my body, mind, and soul and spirit. I wasn't in charge. I just closed my eyes and before I knew it, I woke up. Who controlled all of that? Let me tell you the reason why most people have been struggling with their mental health. They are seeing life from a different point of view. You know, the man that has no legs is grateful for the fact that he's alive. The man that has legs says, I ain't got no shoes. The man that has no legs says, well, boy, at least you got legs. You see, it's all about the matter of perspective. So right now, I want you to say these words after me. All I need is within me now. All you need is within you now. All you need is within. I've been using this mantra now for the last 15 years. And if you want to know what makes me, this phrase. So please type this up. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. It's a command to the brain. It's a command to the heart. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. And then you breathe in and you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Say, all I need is within me now. Say, all I need is within me now. Thank you very much, Ivan, for typing that up. All I need is within me now. This phrase is a phrase that's going to transform your life. Many people say, I don't feel good. You don't feel good because you don't say good. Ooh. Your words create your world. Your words create your world. Everybody type that up. My words create my world. My words create my world. Most people don't use the right word. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Say, all I need is within me now. Your words create your world. Your words create your world. The more positive the words you say, the more positive you feel. A word is a command to the brain. Thank you, LMA. My words create my world. The words you say to yourself is shaping your world. The words you say. And because words are so cheap and so readily available, we abuse words. We misuse words. You need to start saying good things to yourself. I am so happy. Listen, I'm so happy, not because I'm better than you, because I use better words than you. That's it. The same words I use is available to you. So I want you to use these words from now on. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. You don't need anything else to be more. You are it. This is you. But you just don't see it. Take a deep breath in. Oh, lovely. Breathe out. That thing is called oxygen. Now, it's funny. The words you use determines the kind of oxygen you have access to. Now, imagine if I said, I am nervous, I'm not good enough. You shut down your air supply. You can't breathe properly. And because you can't breathe, it affects your brain. And you can't think properly. And then you find yourself in a negative groove. Why am I happy? I use happy words. The same words you have. Someone sent me a picture yesterday of one guy look at another guy. The other guy had a happiness jar. And the other guy said, hey, I've been looking for that. Where did you find it? The guy with the jar said, I created it. Happiness can be created. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Say, all I need is within me now. Next statement. I am happy to be alive. Come on. I am happy to be alive. When you say that to yourself, I am happy. Everybody type that up. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Type it up. I am happy to be alive. That's a command to the brain. Especially on days when you feel like you're fed up. Just say that to yourself. I'm happy to be alive. You know what? I'm happy I'm on lockdown. Yeah. It's either I'm on lockdown above ground or I'm on lockdown below ground, if you know what I mean. There are many people who are on lockdown forever. It means that they're dead and gone. You're still alive and you're taking life for granted. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because there's someone who passed away yesterday, day before. A total of about 20,000 people has passed away in the last 6 weeks. And here you are, still alive and complaining. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you complain? Be grateful. I know you might not have everything that you want, but you've got everything that you need. Stop being grateful. All I need is within me now. I'm happy to be alive. I am happy to be alive. I am happy to be alive. Being alive is a privilege. And on today's show, I just want you to get that through your mind and your heart. Yeah, I know you failed in many ways. I know you're not where you want to be, but you're where you need to be. It's called alive. All I need is within me now. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Whatever you do, remember this phrase. All you need is within you now. 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 Now, I love this. I love this. All right. Whew. Yes, that's how we amp ourselves up. Well, good morning if you're just tuning in. This is Action Jackson.
A couple of months
and
in.
We are here at Motivation for the Nation. I'm so happy to have you here. If that felt good, I want you to type yes. If that felt good, I want you to type yes, because you know that felt good. Ooh, I know how to tap into energy. I need to have shares in EDF and Duracell and Red Bull. Let me not choke on my water, man. Life is such a blessing. So very quickly, good morning to Natalie Douglas. Good morning to Ivan. Good morning to Nancy. Good morning to Ella May. Good morning. Welcome to the show. I am so excited today. Today is a very special day. And today we're going to be talking about a very special topic. Confidence for girls. What are we talking about confidence for girls for? Well, I'll tell you about in a minute. Let me just shout out some people. All right, welcome. Well, the song says, this is a man's world. But it won't be nothing without a woman or a girl. When we nurture our women and we look after our girls, the world is a better place. Because I believe that it takes a woman to make a man. If the world was just filled with men, we can't reproduce. So it's a collective effort. Can I get an amen from somebody watching? Is it just me preaching to myself? Come on now. I'm not trying to be this feminist type person, but what I'm trying to say is this. Women are important. Our girls are particularly important. I would know that because I'm a father of a girl. Come on. So I aim to expose my daughter to great things. I aim to expose my daughter to the individual I'm about to bring on in a moment. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get straight into today's show. I'm excited. So this individual I'm about to bring on, she goes by the name of Ayo Awotona. She's an international speaker and author. Man, that alone is powerful. She's a self-taught Spanish speaker, a lover of dancing, especially Afro beats. She has been described as a breath of fresh air, positive, optimistic, and upbeat. Her latest book, A Young Woman's Guide to Knowing God, is a bestseller. Not only, Young Woman's Guide to Seeking God is a bestseller and a life changer. In this book, she shares her personal experience, her triumphs, and help you to find out more about God's wonderful plan for your life. This girl is a ray of sunshine. Please help me welcome my little sister, my friend, my colleague, my travel partner, because she's the only person who I had the privilege of traveling all the way to El Salvador with. Please. She goes by the name of Ayo Awotona. I can't introduce her sitting down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ayo.
Hey.
What?
That's it. Hey, in fact, let me get up.
Now you gotta get up. This is different. Show them. Listen. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ayo. As I said, she's a speaker and author, an amazing young woman. She's a hero to the earth. Tell us who you are and what you do, my darling.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your introduction. That was very, very kind. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. So you gave me an amazing introduction and honestly, very, very humbling, and I'm very, very grateful. But I would say in terms of who I am, I'm a light. I'm an encourager, I'm a child of God, you know, I'm a woman with purpose. So it just so happens that the way you introduce me, those are the things I do, but that's not who I am. Like, I would say my greatest, like the greatest attribute to who I am is basically the fact that I'm a light, an encourager, and a child of God. Simply put, so that's who I am.
You are a light. I think there is no better description than being a light. And tell us a bit about, you know, your journey, because you're okay. Were you just born a light? Did you just arrive becoming a light? Because today,
no.
see, so I'm saying, you specialize in helping young girls, especially, to really find their light. Tell us a bit about your journey as from a little girl to a powerful woman.
Okay, so quick. Oh, Holy Spirit, help me. So, okay, so I was born and bred in the UK, and in primary school. After primary school, I went to secondary school in Nigeria because my parents are Nigerian and I'm also Nigerian, obviously, hello. But my parents were Nigerian, and they basically really wanted me to get to know more about my culture, like my heritage and where I'm from and stuff. So they had said that, okay, my siblings and I were going to secondary school in Nigeria. Now, the transition from being born and bred in this country to going to a whole new location, that was really, really tough, because it was like new custom, new lifestyle, new way of living, new everything. And my parents were staying here in the UK, so it wasn't like they were coming with us, and we were going to a boarding school in Nigeria. So that was basically like, whoa, everything was just new. And you know, when you get to like year 7, you're also at that stage where you're getting to know a bit more about yourself as well. So I went to secondary school, and I just remember being the first year absolutely hating it, because I was like, mind you, let me just say this as well. I went to one of the best private schools in Nigeria. Like, honestly, I thank God for my parents, because it was a really, really good school. So it wasn't even like, because at the time in primary school, people were like, oh my gosh, your parents are sending you to a whole different country. You're going to live on the streets. Like, literally, that's how naive some people were. I was just like, oh, wow. But so that's just for anyone who, you know, isn't really familiar with, you know, Africa as a whole, because I know some people, not down to their own ignorance, but due to what, you know, society may show us of Africa being this poor country and poor continent, and just whatnot, blah blah blah. So anyways, so secondary school, first year, hated it. Then whilst I was there, I kind of like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm here for the next, you know, 4 years, I may as well just, you know, sort of get used to it. So I found that in me just accepting that I need to get used to it, it's like I almost needed to find something to put my anchor in, and like, you know, my trust in, and, you know, my faith in, and just something to make me feel like a better person. And for me, that just so happened to be, you know, relationships, especially with the opposite sex. So that's just basically, you know, it was just like I suddenly got my worth from, you know, either being in a relationship, being like the really popular kid, or just stuff like that. That's basically where my worth came from. And I just kind of just grew up in that whole thing of seeking validation, really wanting to be noticed from others. And because I was from the UK, and a lot of the people there were people who were also from America and the UK in my secondary school as well, but we were in the minority. So I already had something that was at an advantage, in the sense I'm an international student. I've got the British accent, you know, I was, you know, nicely shaped. I was just like, yeah, you know, like, you know, and I used that to my advantage. I really did. So anyways, went about that, and then finished secondary school, and then I finally moved back to the UK, and the cycle just continued. And then I got myself in a relationship, and it was it ended up being a really toxic relationship. And then after that relationship, whilst I was in that relationship, again, I'm just basically like, you are my source of joy. And what I mean when I'm saying you are my source of joy is, if you don't make me feel happy by, say, for example, calling me beautiful, I'm in a bad mood. If I see you talking to another girl, I'm in a bad mood. If you haven't texted me and it's been 3 hours, I think you're cheating on me. If you haven't told me that you're going to marry me, what is it? What hope is there for me? So that's what I mean when I say literally that I put my joy in him. So just continue like that.
You pretty much just decided that, right, cool, another human being was going to be your source of happiness.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Wow. So becoming an attention seeker from a very young age, basically.
Oh, yes. Yep. Absolutely. Literally that. attention seeking to the max, as in I literally, let's just say, so perfect example, going back to secondary school, for example, like our dining hall was humongous, right? So everyone used to eat lunch at the same time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time.
Yeah.
It was humongous, like it fit the whole school, and literally in the school was basically year 7 to year 13. Yeah, year 13. So massive, massive school. So I would be that person that, let's just say, for example, like we had so at our tables, the food, we were served the food. So really and truly, if I wanted something, somebody was going to come and serve us. I didn't need to stand up and ask for it, really and truly. Yeah. But with my mindset of wanting attention and wanting to be seen, I would be that person who'd be like, let me just walk to the other end and go ask for maybe a fork because my fork accidentally fell on the floor. But yeah, I just want eyes to be on me.
So you pretty much, and it's weird. So what you're saying is you lacked so much confidence that you felt the need to just really do all sorts, to just really grab attention your way so that people
Absolutely.
can love you. And wow, guys, if you're watching, this is Motivation for the Nation, and we are interviewing the amazing Ayo Watana, who is an amazing lady talking to us about how to build our young girls' confidence. And she's just been sharing with us the importance of, well, her journey so far of being an attention seeker, losing her life, now becoming a powerful woman of light around the world.
Yeah.
So where did things change? Because there's going to be a lot of people watching today who are going to say, you know what, I'm a young girl and I see what are you saying? Yeah, I do that. I seek attention. I take selfies, on Instagram and hope that someone would like it. And if they don't like it, I delete it, take another one. I show more cleavage and hope that some guy would,
Yeah.
Did you ever go through that, with the social media generation? Did you ever go through that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I went back to secondary school quickly, but let's get back to when I had finished secondary school. So I was in this relationship now, toxic relationship for 4 years, very, very toxic, emotionally draining. I'm doing a lot of energy, like, oh, why isn't this guy noticing me? I'm putting a lot of my happiness and my joy in him. And then after 4 years of being in that relationship, I was just basically like, hold on a second, something just clicked one day. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was 20 years old at this point. I thought, oh my goodness, like this is just so toxic. So I ended up leaving the relationship. And then shortly after that, I got into a new relationship. And this new relationship was nothing. It wasn't toxic. It was a really good relationship. So we were in this relationship for 4.5 years, but 3.5 years into me being in that relationship, basically I became a Christian. I didn't become a Christian, but I was basically sort of like interested in Christianity because I'd grown up in a Christian household, but I didn't practice. I wasn't like going to church all the time, and I ended up going to uni and all that stuff growing up. I just basically didn't really engage with Christianity as a whole, and I didn't really know anything about God or anything. So about 3.5 years into our relationship, like my interest started to peep, I would say, like in Christianity and stuff, but I never really stuck to it. Then like about coming into just moving into like 3 years and 4 years into our relationship, I went to church one evening, and sorry, I'm taking you a bit too far into the conversation. When I got into this new relationship, I basically realized that this relationship was good, and I had been sucking a lot of my joy from a human being. So coming into this new relationship, I went into it with a lot of baggage, but then I started to realize what I had been doing. And it's not to say I suddenly transformed, but I remember that day when I had that click after the previous relationship, I said to myself, Ayo, because he said something to me that just made me think, oh my gosh, at the time I would have called myself something like a muppet. And I thought, oh my goodness, like, wow. And I just suddenly had this light bulb moment, and I realized that I'd been saying so many toxic things to myself. And I realized that I needed to flip the switch, because if technically at that point I'm 20 years old and from secondary school, how old are you when you're in year 7? Like I don't know, 11? How old are you?
Yeah, 10,
yeah,
11.
10, 11. Yeah, 10, 11. So you mean to tell me for 10 years, like I've been doing this? And when I had that realization, I just said, you know what? It's like, I just had to wake up. So got into this new relationship now. And then, this journey is progressing. And then that's when I met you. And then I started working with Fix Up, started, becoming more passionate about, just helping people. I just had this burden inside of me that I just really wanted to encourage people. So I'm encouraging. And then I became a Christian like 4 years into this new relationship. And then 4.5 years into the relationship, I became closer with my walk with God. And God was just basically like, I need you to be single. That's a whole different backstory. If you want to know the full details, then you can definitely get my book, because the full story is in the book. But then 4.5 years, basically.
Let me have a moment of celebration.
Oh.
If you're watching right now, she's not just a speaker, she's an author. She wrote an amazing book, and it's a transformative story for anyone that's watching. This is Motivation for the Nation. We're interviewing Ayo Awotona, who is midway through her story about how she went from just literally darkness to light to now sharing light. I'm just going straight to the comments right now. The best motivation for women is encouraging to operate within their God-given gender role. I love that. I love this. It's so powerful.
That.
So you became an author along the way, but what I want people to get from you, because we're just unpacking Ayo, because we could be here for days.
Yeah. I know, right?
I was on a 14-hour flight with Ayo from London to El Salvador, and there was no dull moment. Honestly, it was such an experience. I loved it. I would do that again.
Also would I.
What was the decision? There were many people here there are some who believe in God, there's some who don't believe in God. What can a young lady do? Because I really believe that a young woman's confidence is everything. And we need to give our daughters and our girls the best. What droplets of seed can you give to some of our young people who are listening right now?
Absolutely. So I'll give 3 simple and practical tips, and I've literally got them written down. So I'm going to look here for a second, because I want to give it to you. Bam, bam, bam. Number 1, we need to focus on our strengths, and I'll elaborate in just a moment. So number 1, we need to focus on our strengths. Number 2, we need to declare words of life and power. And number 3, we need to step back from comparison to others. So let me break that down. In terms of focusing on our strengths, all those times where I was out looking for validation, I was out looking for seeking attention and stuff, it's because I didn't recognize what I carried. I never took the time to look internally, and I was so busy looking externally. And because I didn't quite grasp the fact that external things couldn't satisfy me, I was chasing, putting in so much work, but yet still feeling so unfulfilled. But when I then got to a place where I started focusing on my strengths, and it was as simple as me getting a pen to paper, and me literally, and I'll even show you, because I want to make this so practical for you. Like I basically literally mind map everything, or do a spider diagram for everything. So let's just say, for example, I'll talk and look at the same time. So I'll literally get a pen to paper, literally in the middle, put what are my strengths, and then I will literally start to write what my strengths are. Now you might be thinking, oh, but I don't know what some of my strengths are. Then ask the people around you. Say, what am I really good at? What makes me valuable? Just literally ask maybe your parents, ask your close friends, ask your best friends, or something. Just this is a random example, but this is basically something that I did in 2018, basically thinking of company name ideas. So you see basically like how it's just a bubble map. It's a spider diagram, and literally just put things, just brainstorm. So it's like, think of the things you really like to do. Do you like to sing? Do people tell you that you're a good, I don't know, you're good at matchmaking, or maybe bringing peace in places? Like whatever it is that you've ever heard someone say about you, or you say about yourself, then I need you to write that down on pen to paper. And it might be a tough exercise, but the tougher it is, the better it is, because you're going to realize that, even the harder you take to come up with the answers, later on, you're going to be like, nah, this is me. Like if it's just easy and it just comes to you like that, then it just doesn't work like that. There's no substance to it, in a sense.
This is something powerful, because if you're watching right now, you're a young girl, you're connected to any young lady, it's about the recognition of strength. Because the reason why people seek attention is because they're yearning for something. And the worst thing you can do is look outside for what's already on the inside.
Absolutely.
And what you're saying, this exercise is designed to help you to look inward rather than outward.
Absolutely.
Wow. It's funny because, I don't think you understand how amazing this young lady is. I had a speaking gig in El Salvador, a Spanish speaking country. Okay. So I have a team of 12 people. Now I need to travel with someone. And this is why it's so important to upskill yourself, people. Okay. There's a team of 12. I could have picked anybody, but my head said, who do you need on this trip that's valuable? Well, I need someone who is upbeat, who is confident, who is outgoing. I'm not about to spend 14 hours on a flight with someone who's boring. Hello. I need someone who's inspirational, and I need someone who can speak Spanish. And the only person that popped up was Ayo. Talking about strengths, one of your strengths is the ability to hablo español, ¿sí?
Sí, es la verdad. Hola a todos, me llamo Ayo y hablo español. He estado aprendiendo por 4 años ahora. You're looking at me like, okay, Ayo, whatever.
So you're telling me one of your strengths is you taught yourself how to speak Spanish.
Sí. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Let me tell you, he's so fluent at Spanish that we were in the taxi from the airport to the hotel. And I might as well not have been in a taxi because she was just having a Spanish conversation with the driver. And it was so impressive to hear. Tell us about the importance of a young girl learning skills that makes her feel confident, because someone with a skill like that definitely makes you feel confident. It's not just about the words you say, it's about how you equip yourself. Tell us about the importance of learning skills. Actually, first of all, tell us about why you picked Spanish and why you love Spanish.
So I picked Spanish because initially, the previous relationship I was in, he basically said to me, he was just like, like when I first met him, Spanish was one of the things that he was really into. And I was just like, kind of like, okay, I just overlooked it. And then there was one particular day, like he asked me one year, he was like, oh, let's learn Spanish together. And I was kind of like, no. Yeah, this was in 2015. I was like, yeah, no. And then 2016 comes, he's like, let's learn Spanish. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then I just randomly Googled why learn Spanish. And then I discovered that it was at the time, it was the 3rd most spoken language in the world. I said, huh? And because now, by virtue of me building myself, and it's been a continuous journey, I'm a very, I'm a go-getter. Yeah, in fact, I've been like this the more I think about it. Yes, my confidence wasn't there, but in terms of me being a go-getter, I've always been that person. I've always been very ambitious. So I thought all of a sudden, hold on a second, what immediately came to my mind, because I was working in a sales role at this time, and I was doing really well in this sales role. So I thought, hold on a second. You mean to tell me if I learned Spanish and this company was to shut down today, but they are an international company and they needed to make more money, and I am one of their staff that can speak the 3rd most spoken language in the world? Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
So wait. You sat there. You thought to yourself, if Spanish is the 3rd most spoken language in the world.
At the time it was. Now it's 2nd, but at the time.
It would put you at an advantage. It would put you at the cutting edge.
Absolutely.
For all the girls that are watching right now, put down Instagram and go and learn a language. Look at your face. Selfie. All the parents watching. If you don't get your girls upskilled, they're in trouble. Part of being skilled, and to those of you who are watching right now, I needed an interpreter. I felt safe around you because I knew that whenever we needed, she could speak Spanish. I wasn't about to get lost. And that's something that's very, very powerful. I don't think, guys, if you're watching this, we're talking about building girls' confidence. And if you're watching right now, I think it's so important to upskill yourself. Aya has upskilled herself in speaking Spanish. She's upskilled herself as a speaker, okay? Internationally known. She is a best-selling author of a book that she just released recently. What are you telling them? What are you telling them? You're ready for Aya Watana. Come on now. Come on. She's a Now, she might just sort of like, yeah, I'm just an author, but it takes a lot to create a book. This book is called A Young Woman's Guide to Seeking God, and it's a very powerful book that she's written to help. Put it this way, you've shared your story in this book, right? I mean, your journey. That's pretty much what you've done. This is amazing stuff. If you're loving what you're watching right now, I want you to type yes. Don't just watch passively. You ain't paying for the show. The only thing I'm asking you is yes, so that we can get amped up in here.
Up in here. Oh,
Up in here, up in here. Now, we went to El Salvador together to do some work.
See,
Honestly.
I was literally looking at this. Literally, hold on, Jackson. I need to show you something. I literally have this picture. Where is this photo? I was looking at it the other day. Do not tell me. Okay, please carry on. I'm going to look for this photo, but carry on.
So we had, and this is one of the things we do as speakers, we travel around to different schools, colleges, and universities around the world. And we spent about a week in El Salvador. And it was such an amazing experience. And this was a picture of it. And it was such an experience that I would never forget, because it brought us much more closer with these young people and their messages as well. And Aya loves to keepsake. She loves to keep stuff, and she's obviously rummaging through her stuff to find pictures
literally
of what she does.
I found it.
Right now, you found it. Oh, look at that. Look at
this
that.
is when the guy, the IT technician, he was such a blessing to us, and it was his birthday. We found out. So literally, we went to the supermarket, we went to the mall in the evening. Both of us were tired. We had had a really long day. Both of us were slightly irritated, but our hearts were just so set on giving back. We were like, we are not leaving this place until we find a card. We were going to different stores. We ended up customizing a card for this guy, and this was one of the pictures we put in it, which is just basically saying, thank you for being an angel, you are amazing, love Jackson and Io. And then we had to literally get our phones, email it. We had to pay for it to be emailed, then pay for it to be printed, then pay for it to be put on a card. And we were just like, you know what, let's just do this.
Wow, this is so amazing. Guys, if you're watching, this is Motivation for the Nation, and this is Io Watana, best-selling author, international speaker, self-taught Spanish speaker, the life of every room. And we're just talking about the importance of helping our girls to be more confident. And I think what people don't realize is this: girls need more attention than boys, in my estimation. I've been doing this for 20 years, because I believe like girls are like flowers. They need to be nurtured and loved. All children need to be nurtured and loved, but I think with girls, they're built to just be inundated with love. And you've just said the importance of identifying your strengths is so key.
And I have two more.
Very quickly, let's go through the two.
I'll do it really quickly. The second one I was saying was declaring words of life and power. A lot of us will call ourselves bad names. Oh, you're so silly, you're such an idiot, shut up. You need to flip that, like literally. And at first, when you're saying these words, you may not believe them, but that's been a big part of my journey, is to me believing in my source, so to say, like believe that, you know, I'm hot, like, and not even in like a physical, like, oh, I'm attractive sort of sense. No, in every aspect of the word sense. Like internally I'm beautiful, externally I'm beautiful, and it's taken me a long while to get there. But you don't say it in an arrogant way, in the sense where like, and the thing is, the beautiful thing about it is when you know it, you don't have to speak it. Like your beauty will speak for you. Like you don't need to then go on.
You're getting too fast. When you know it, your beauty will speak for you.
100%.
So the knowing. So do you say these words to yourself every day, like in the mirror, like I am amazing, I am beautiful?
100%. Now I don't do it in front of the mirror, because I'm in a position where I'm on YouTube Live. Hey, it's okay. Now I'm in a position where I don't need to, because it's in front of the mirror. But when I first started off, so now I would just say it, and you know, it's been a journey. But starting off, I would say it in the mirror, and you can literally Google self-affirmations, literally. So I won't bore you with all of that. Well, not that I won't bore you, but just because I'm mindful of time, should I say? So that's that. Find affirmations that you're going to say it to yourself day and night. Set a reminder on your phone. I have a reminder that goes off on my phone every evening, 8:13 p.m. Say your declarations and write what you're grateful for.
Wait. You mean to tell me you've created a statement for yourself, and then you've set a reminder on your phone to remind you to actually say these words to yourself? Daily declaration, 8:13. Wow.
And gratitude list.
And gratitude. If you're watching, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, we don't teach you the way, we show you the way. She's showing you what you should do. She's just showing you what you should do. Everybody should do that. And then you say, this is so amazing, guys. If you're a young girl watching this, set a reminder. And here are the words you need to say. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am gorgeous.
I am enough.
I am
that right there. Because a lot of the times where we're looking externally is because we don't believe in our own source. We don't believe in our internal. So we need to think that no. But then you get to a place where you're like, no, I'm good just the way I am. Like, no, this is me. So you saying you're enough. And initially you may not believe it, depending on where you are on this in your journey and the things you've been through, your life experiences. I'll tell you, the stuff that you may have been through, they are very valid. You know, bad stuff happens to you, things that shouldn't have happened to you, they are valid. But you have a choice. Are you going to stay in that place, or are you going to pick yourself up and be like, honey, I've got this?
Wow, I love that. And the final point before we close, because I know people are taking notes.
Yes, and the final one is step back from comparison to others. Now, what that literally looks like is you being mindful and you reminding yourself that literally the reason I say step back is because the words are literally step back, and I want you to imagine literally stepping back. So let me even stand up and do this because I want to make this. Let's just say you see Ayo and Jackson on this Instagram live, or you see your favorite Instagrammer and they're, you know, they have loads of followers and you desire to have loads of followers, and you find yourself scrolling on the gram and you're, you know, wanting what they want. Literally, if you remember, step back from comparing yourself to others. Even though I'm doing this physically, when you say that to yourself, automatically your whole energy is going to take a step back, and you're going to look at it from an objective perspective, and you're going to be like, hold on, that's them, I'm me. There is no point, it's adding no value to my life in comparing myself. Let me step back. I can look at what they're doing from a distance and be inspired, but when it's the point where I'm comparing myself, hold on, let me now step back and remember, maybe that might be the point where you need to say the affirmations. Maybe that might be the point where you remind yourself of the strengths. Whatever it is you need to do once you step back, but once you've stepped back, just remind yourself of who you are, which is why tip number one, is so important, because you need to know you. So you're in a position, you're in a strong position to step back. And that's why I left that last. So yeah, it's like kind of like a circle.
This is amazing. If you're watching this right now, this is Motivation for the Nation, and we're talking about the importance of identifying your strengths, speaking life to your life, and stepping back from comparison. It's funny, this morning I woke up and I sat in my living room, and the first thing I did was to say my mantra to myself, to the point where I actually recorded it to a beat. I recorded it to a beat and I played it to myself. Because negative things can become a music to the ears. But I want positive things to my ears.
Come on.
Yeah. So it's so important for you to be able to say good things to yourself in a rhythmic kind of way, because we think in rhythms. Have you noticed those negative things, they come to you at the same time every day or every situation? So you got to get into the positive rhythm, positive flow.
I like that.
Ayo,
I like that.
I could sit here and chat to you forever. When me and Ayo get on the phone, we're chatting.
Literally, we have to have boundaries. We're like, okay, this is not. We'll say 5 minutes. It's 30 minutes. We're like, okay, cool. And then one of us just has to say bye.
This is amazing. If you're watching right now, this is Motivation for the Nation, and we've got Ayo Tana, who's been amazing. Type up. Listen, if there's one thing you've learned from Ayo right now, I want you to type it up on the comments below. I want you take part of the show. Type up one thing you've gotten so far. If you're a young person watching, if you're an adult watching, what's one thing you've learned from the show before we wrap up? While they're typing some stuff, I'm just going to throw some fun questions at you very quickly. Pineapple on pizza or not?
As in Ayo to Ayo.
Yes. Do you like pineapple on pizza or not?
Yes.
Excellent stuff. Milk first or cereal first?
Cereal first.
Cereal first.
Cereal, but I don't actually drink milk though.
Okay. Are you a movie person or a theater person?
Theater.
Lovely stuff. This is amazing. Ayo, it's been a great pleasure speaking to you today.
Thank you for having me.
Honestly, if you're interested in getting Ayo's book, it's available on Amazon. You can go direct to her website, ayoawotana.com. Her website is beautiful, eye-catching. You can find that a lot. If you want to book her to come into your school or organization to do a speech for your team, she doesn't just speak to girls, she speaks to leaders as well. Go and book her right now. Listen, because off the back of the pandemic, people are going to need confidence building. And you're going to need this young lady to come and amp up your team. Okay. Ayo, just as we finish off, I just want us to sway together. Sway together. Sway together. Sway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Motivation for the Nation. This is Ayo Otana. Thank you very much for having your time on the show. God bless you, Ayo.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, what an amazing soul. What an amazing soul. Well, guys, that's the end of that show. I want you to go and create your version. Go and create that statement that you need to say to yourself regularly. I do it all the time. I am this energetic because I tell myself I'm not, watch this. I am not energetic. I am energy. I'm not energetic. I am energy. Okay. I am the source of energy. When you believe that, you tap into some amazing sources. So please, whatever you do today, go away, identify your strengths, speak life to yourself, and step back from comparing yourself to other people. My name is Ashley Jackson. Thank you so much for watching this amazing show called Motivation for the Nation. Do go and say hello to Ayo Watana on Instagram, on Twitter as well. She's all over that. She's a breath of fresh air. She is a joy to the world. If you want to get a copy of her book, definitely go and connect with her there and get a copy. And yes, this is what it's all about. Thank you so much for watching the show today. And I wish you all the best. And do please let me know how this interview with Ayo has transformed your life. Whatever you do, just remember, you are amazing. And the world is waiting to see how great you are. God bless you and have a great day. Hey.
Legendary beat.
Come on. Hit. Take care, guys. God bless you.
Never stop. Never
Come on.
stop. Forward ever. Baba mi ṣe,